Hello and welcome to the Dutchman in San Marcos. I am the DISM and we're coming to you another week with another showgram. So let's get going. All right, here we go. We're working on the neck, and I was just noticing. See how thin that turned out after all my sanding and cutting, which was probably my mistake because of the way I cut on the line. So I had an idea. To fix it, because obviously I make mistakes, and this is a show of I make mistakes and goof up, and then I fix it to make it work out. So I hope you enjoy that. So here's another little curve in the adventure of building cigar box guitars, because it's all not planned. It's actually just thought up of as we go. So let me show you. I got to get the things together of how to fix this. So here, let me get my things. All right, I'm back. So what I did was that other block I showed you, I cut it out. As you can see, thinned it down so it's almost even. I wasn't being real accurate, but close enough for the eye. And then I cut out this thin piece of laminate right here into the shape. So it'll go on here like this. So what I'm getting ready to do is glue the laminate on there. And then after I get that on there, I'll have to, you can see I'll have to trim it up. Get all this together as one. And you can see now I just have one grain running through it instead of having these grains. And so then it looks more like this. And then when I get all this together, then I'll glue this on here. And that'll make it a little thicker. And that way the tuning machines will look good too. So if I have this on here like that, then my tuning machines are just perfect. So I don't know if you could see that. So then my tuning machines will be just perfect. So that's what I'm looking for. So let me glue this up while you're here. We'll get some glue. Yeah, stuck. We'll get some glue on here. Hang on a minute. Hang on, let me get my glue unstuck. All right, there we go. Got the glue unstuck. I gotta make sure I glue it up because I don't want that part coming through. So where's my little brush? We'll just use our fingers here. So we'll go all the way around. Get that out here good. get a little bit on here. It's pretty thin. And we'll get this on here. Check it on this side. We'll line it up. So I don't have as much sanding to do the edge. I'm just kind of lining the piece up. And we'll put a clamp on that, because I know I'm going to have to sand it. Let's get this one over just a little bit and get it all adjusted. So I'll cut this with a razor after it's all dry. Give it a light sanding. And let's get something to squeeze that with. I got some clamps here. Well, let me find the clamps. I'll be right back. All right, there we go. I got some clamps on it. And we'll let that dry. And we'll continue on. Because once I get all this glued together, then we can drill the holes through. And right here, it won't look bad because you remember I've got the fretboard, so it'll be built up. I did go and buy some fretboard last night. See, I got some walnut, and that's going to glue on. That's going to glue on right here. See, it'll glue on like that. So there we go. I hear my wife pulling up in the car. I better shut it off so she doesn't get on camera. All right, I was just showing you the neck with the walnut fretboard that I got, and I'll probably cut the fret slots so it's like this. It's a lot easier before I glue it down. Before I glue it down to my neck. The other thing I found while I was there, and you know, you're always looking when you got projects, and I thought, hey, maybe I want to go with this project, but then, and I'll tell you why I changed my mind. I thought maybe I want to go with this project, and I've seen other cigar box people, they use a wooden yardstick like this. I know this one's pine. In the olden days, they used to make them out of maple, so if you find the antique ones, they actually make them better. And then what you do is you don't put any frets in it, you just mark it and you leave the printing on it so you can see it, and you use it just for slide guitar. So you mark it with markers, so you're not actually fretting the string, you're just using a slide. So I thought about doing that with this one, which would have looked pretty cool. The other thing I don't like, it makes it really look modern with the, what is that, the UPC code. So I might have to think about that, of what I could do. I don't know if that would sand off, but, so anyways, that wasn't the reason why I didn't choose it. The reason I didn't choose it is because this is pine, so it's real soft. And because after this, remember this was my experimental one, and so I went pretty far down when I spoke shaved it. So in order to get it curved and sanded, I had to bring it down even narrower. When you see this is thicker and it comes down narrow. It's a nice feeling neck, but what it does is it leaves it open for this thing to warp. And I thought, well, if I don't have something stronger than the mahogany, and I put the pine on it, it probably would warp, you know, over time. So then that's why I was like, oh, I'm just going to put the walnut on it, because the walnut's nice and hard, and that actually makes it a thicker neck, and it'll round over nice. So yeah, walnut it'll be, and so for this one will be walnut. But on my up and coming ones where I take a box and I'm just going to make it into a slide guitar one, I'm thinking about using, oh, hey, that's nice. I just noticed, see this side has the UPC label, which makes it look really modern. This side doesn't, so note to self, when I do it, that has Home Depot on it. When I do it, I'll use this side. You know, I'll use this side of the ruler. But that'll be an up and coming project where I use the yardstick, the wooden yardstick for a neck, which would be pretty cool looking. So the other thing I got, last night was another stick of mahogany. And believe it or not, this is mahogany. It's a lot darker. This isn't as dark, but I wanted some. I'm thinking about, when I put it in the box, I'm thinking about putting another piece underneath, like right in this area, like that, just to make it a little stronger. So I got this peach, which is nice, because if I make another neck, which would be, this would be the length, I still have enough of this, so I can get 2 uses out of this piece of mahogany. So I did get that, because this is mahogany. I like the darker looking one, but I don't know if it gets darker with age, because I've had that one sitting around for a while. But I'm going to try, I'll probably seal it with True Oil. I saw that online, and that's kind of a new thing for me to make it shiny and look nice. So we'll probably do that. So the other thing I got was, when you're building necks, and I'll show you with the fretboard thingy here, is for the neck angle. I saw a guy online said he uses these shims. They're actually window shims, and they go down way down to real thin to wide, and that's actually a 1% rise. And so what he does on his cigar boxes is he puts a shim in there, so it would be, I'll have to look at it again, I can't remember which way. So if your box is going to be this way, yeah, you would put a shim underneath the blocks you have in there, and give it a 1% rise. So then, when it's coming off the bridge, that makes the back bow for the strings so that they come all the way up to the frets. So the other thing I'm looking at too is on the box. This lid closes, and then it's actually the width of the box. So I'm thinking about going down and you can't see that, going down in the box and leaving this top part and just cutting an opening so it slides in, because all of my boxes, I always go up to the edge like that, and if I do that, I can actually build in my, well, actually you want it this way, the 1% rise needs to be this way. So anyways, that's the other thing I'm considering, and that'll make this more acoustic. The next thing I have to do is I have to find a hole cutter, and I might have one this size to cut a hole in the box for this, because I really like this, and I don't know which way I'm going to go. I could go this way, you know, and sink it down, and when it goes this way, it kind of looks more stamped out. This looks more finished edge, so I might go this way when I do it. This way is going to cover up any sins of the cut, you know, because it's straighter. So I'll have to see when I do it, but yeah, we're going to put a fairly big hole in there, and then I do have plans for putting a spring up here in there, and haven't figured out what I was going to do for a pickup, but working on that. I'm thinking of maybe maybe a single coil from a Stratocaster and just put it on an angle of the 3 strings inside on top of this. But we'll get back to that when we get to it. So be sure you like, subscribe. I only got 74 subscribers. I need more. Tell your friends and family, and we'll be back next week with this neck detail. My projects always take a little longer because I'm always kind of inventing this stuff. So sometimes you make a decision and it goes the wrong way, but then that's half the fun of figuring out how you can fix it. So subscribe, tell your friends, leave comments if you like. Let me know what you think of the yardstick thing, and we'll see you next week.